Yeah, crappie. There we go. Liking the jaw. It's a better fit. Oh yeah. So we talked about. All right, finally set up. What a beautiful morning it is. Absolutely no wind. Water's looking a lot better. Let's put some fish in the boat. I'm gonna start off spider rigging this morning. Got that gray jig on and I got Joe Dirt on. It's only 2 jigs. I got 2 of each one on. So that was what worked better fish last week. So let's see if it works again this week. Passed over this ridge over here. And folks, let me talk a little bit about ridges. Just so you know, that fits the category of structure also. So those ridges, those crappie use that as ambush points also. So don't forget to have those in your box of tricks. Marking some fish a little deeper than what the crappie's been running, but I'm gonna try what worked last week. I'm gonna pass on this ridge, and if it work, it work. If not, we'll go a little deeper. I love seeing trust your electronics, but seeing quite a bit of bait on the top of the surface, so we're gonna check that out. I'm liking how that fish finder's looking though. That 2D is blowing up. I may have to go ahead and go down a little bit. Those fish are reading around 10 foot. What I'll do is go ahead and drop one rod. That one's pretty close. That's about 10 foot right there. Let's just see what happens. I don't want to start making changes. I give this a thorough chance to work. Ooh, missed that one. Really? But I must say the 2 hits that I've had both come on that gray jig. So is that telling me something? No, not yet. They didn't commit. Ha 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 ha. I just had a hit on Joe Dirt. They're just not committing. There we go. Oh yeah. That'll be a fine eater. That's on that Joe Dirt. Very nice fish. Fine eater, fine eater. Not very aggressive, I tell you that. Not very aggressive at all. But absolutely beautiful fish. White crappie. Yes, sir. Nice and thick. Beautiful fish. So we're having to watch our rods very close. We're not they're not thumping the jig very hard. So we'll have to be paying very close attention. That fish there just barely, I mean, he just sat down on the jig. And that was Joe Dirt. For those of you that don't know what Joe Dirt is, it's a brown jig with gold flash. There we go. You're liking that jaw. That's a better fish, feel like. Oh yeah. I think I can flip him. Looks like he's hooked right in the roof. And guys, I've been seeing quite a bit of talk about setting a hook on these fish. Look at where that jig is. Right in the roof. You know, we talked about fish being paper mouth. That fish there is plumb, look at that. Plumb full and still feeding. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But there's been some talk about, you know, taking it easy on these paper mouths this and paper mouths that. My firm belief is the paper mouth deal is just a myth. a full myth. I'm gonna tell you something. I've been fishing for these fish for a while, strictly crappie, and fish for them year round. Fish for these fish year round. And what I've found is that if you pull coals of that rod, I know there may be some rod manufacturers that disagree and a lot of other fishermen that disagree, but this is my belief. Use mainly B&Ms, and any of you that's watched my videos know I'm famous for whacking that. I mean, I pull coals of that. I pop that hook right in the roof of those crappies' mouth. Set the hook. When the fish hit, when they thump that jig, they've sucked it in their mouth. So all that's left for you to do is set that hook. And if you do that, you're gonna bury that especially if you use a sickle hook, you're gonna bury that hook right in the roof of their mouth. Oh, did y'all catch that? Yeah, I love these cold water crappie. They're that fish is not very big, and again, look at that, where that hook is, right in the roof of the mouth. That's a little fish there, but still a good fish. That's a small fish. Again, look at that hook set, guys. All those are small fish. Roof of the mouth. Pouring coals to it. There's a thump. There was a thump. Swing him in there, boy. That was a thump. And then again, folks, that's a nice fish. Look at that jig right in the roof. Bony part of the mouth. Pouring coals, setting the hook. There's a nice thump. Nice pound and a quarter fish. Pound and a quarter, pound and a half maybe. And they're not relating to structure. I mean, that's and that's why I say that spider rigging is the way to go. And I'm not for sure why. I mean, I'm guessing it's the bait. For some reason the bait's not structure. Maybe they're spooking from the structure or something. I mean, I just don't know what it is. But the fish are just not relating to any structure. That vertical jig, just like I always say, I prefer vertical jigging, but it's almost a waste of time. I mean, some of my best piles are just void of fish. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's what the fish want. It's not what I want. Although, as like I say all the time, I prefer vertical jigging, but if it ain't working, I can't go down there and smack a crappie across the head and tell him to bite my jig. Even though I'd like to say I can do that, but nope, it don't work that way. A little breeze is starting to pick up, so it's gonna make it almost a one direction troll. For those of you that want to know, I try to keep, especially right now, around 0.2. But if I mark some fish, I'll like right now I'm stopped. I marked that little bait pile there a while ago, even though the wind's still pushing me. But 0.2 is about as fast as I want to go. I got my trolling motor set on 1. I feel like a better fish. And it is. Come on around here, big girl. I mean, she was just she was just a little brim. I mean, just sitting there, just pick. I mean, it's just so light. of a bite. It's unreal. I almost didn't pick the jig up. I almost didn't pick the rod up. And again, right in the roof, in that bony section, guys. That's what you want. That'd be a very nice fish. That's a very nice fish. I wouldn't bet pound and a half, pound 3/4. See what she measures. Beautiful fish. And if I wasn't really paying attention, I would have never known that fish was biting. Big old, that 14 and a half. 14 and a half. Can you see that? Mouth all the way up. 14 and a half inch, big girl. That's pound and a half fish all day long. I'm willing to bet. Willing to bet. And again, on zero structure. No structure. I would have never known that fish was biting. I wasn't paying very close attention. I mean, she was just, that rod was just so lightly and again, if I wasn't using scent, there's no way I would have caught that fish. They're not committing on that gray for some reason. I'm not real sure why, but it's getting hits. Again, right in the roof. Pop that hook in the roof, y'all. Pop that hook in the roof. Bam! Look at the gut on that thing. Popping that hook in them, y'all. Wow. Nice. For sure not fast action, but for sure slabs, y'all. For sure slabs. Bam! First good fish on the old school gray. That right there be a nice one. Bam! Right in the roof. Set that there hook. Bam!